It's Boss Talk where stories unfold. From the hustle to the power of gold. We talk dreams, we talk big plans. Light it up with your own hands.
Good afternoon, everybody, and happy Friday, because this episode will be airing on Friday. You already know you're tuned into another episode of Boss Talk. I am your hostess with the mostest, Deanna Diaz, aka the Million Dollar Sis, and I finally get to talk to a woman in tech, and that makes me excited. So before I get started, I'm going to go ahead and do my intros that you guys love so much. Okay, so today's guest is an Emmy Award-winning journalist turned fintech powerhouse, and she is making the table. She is shaking the table in the world of money, tech, and access. Tamara Laine is the founder and CEO of Empower, where she's transforming how gig workers, women, and underserved communities access credit and capital using AI and alternative data. A former gig worker herself, Tamara's mission is deeply personal, and she's already launched the scaled 8-figure tech ventures while becoming a lead voice in financial inclusion and ethical innovation. She's bold, brilliant, and building the future. And when she's not breaking barriers in fintech, she's co-hosting What's the Frack? Or What the Frack, rather. A podcast on startup growth and scale. Yes, this one is going to be good. So let's get into it. Everybody, welcome Tamara Laine to the Boss Talk podcast today.
That was a great intro. My gosh. Now I have to live up to that fantastic.
Absolutely. So give us, everybody heard what I had to say, but we want to hear it from the horse's mouth. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about Tamara, who Tamara is.
Oh gosh, how far back do I go? No, a little bit about me. So I started my career as an investigative journalist. And so what I'm really, really passionate about is affecting someone at the individual level, right? Mm-hmm. When I did stories, I could do a story that actually helped one person, right? And it would have helped hundreds and thousands of people. But what was really great was like, how do you help one person to thrive? And now fast forward to what I get to do now with building technology and finance is, finances are something that's really tough. Whether it is doing your budget or trying to access a loan, it's not something that's intuitive to everybody. And now through what we're able to create with AI and with technology, you don't have to be the expert. You can lean on expertise in a really simple, intuitive way. And where I say that goes back to kind of the root of my career and my passion is I get to help people, individuals, thrive financially. And so that now is just like, it's what gets me up every day.
Okay. Yes. The burning desire to help. I feel like that is my calling as well. And that's why I did one of the reasons why I started this podcast. But that is excellent right there. So now you used to be a gig worker. What kind of gigs were you doing?
Yeah, well, so no, gig work is really, I think people hear gig work and they assume Uber driver or Lyft driver. And gig work is expansive. So there are nearly 80 million gig workers in the U.S. It's getting towards half the U.S. workforce, which is amazing when you think about it. And that's because gig work is freelancers, right? So you've got your graphic designers, you've got people who are working on Upwork, you've got gig work is also something like owning an Airbnb. Where if you think about it, it's about your income is not necessarily a weekly event, right? Your income is more fluid. Your jobs may be 1 to 5 different income sources, right? So gig workers are really a thriving force of our economy, and they're growing. And I also say, your fractional CXO, because I do the show What the Frack, your fractional marketing executive is a gig worker, right? They have 3-month contracts, or maybe it's a 1-year contract, but it's not the same as how we used to work with W-2s. And the finance system was really based around the one income stream, one W-2, one job for 10, 20 years, right? It's changing now, and it's a good thing. And we've got the technology to change with it.
Yes, technology does make things better. I'm not going to lie to you. As long as you know how to work it.
Oh, I didn't answer the question though. Gig work. What did I do? I just went on my rant, my little tangent about what is gig work. What uh,
We see the passion. We see the passion.
I'll get off my soapbox with that. No, so I started my career as a choreographer. So I did fraction, that was gig work because I choreographed for different theaters and dance studios, and it was all
Right.
1099. And then I was a freelance writer
Hmm.
and did freelance work for documentary films and film production. I just tons of different freelance work, right? Because I'm not going to say my age, so I'm just going to say a little while ago, it was called freelance. It wasn't called gig work. Now it's called gig work, right?
You got to update the terms and make it sexy.
Yeah. What are we going to come up with? We got to come up with a new word for it. And now they've got nomadic work, right?
Yeah, I have heard that.
But so so that's how I started my career as a gig worker, and then flip to the other side of my career. I go back to gig work as a consultant and a fractional CXO, right?
Hmm.
So it's interesting. It's been a very interesting journey, and I can see I've had personal experiences in the finance world from both ends of it.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for that. So now you went from journalism to fintech leadership. What personal or professional moment made you realize you were meant to build solutions rather than just report on them?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a great question because I always had a passion. When I was reporting, we also were building technology, and so I was always kind of on the sidelines and giving input into building technology. And then when I left journalism, I started working with startups,
Hmm.
and um, so I got to see, and maybe this makes sense too. When you work in film
Hmm.
and you work on stories, you're taking an idea, and then you conceptualize that idea, and then you put that idea into the world.
Hmm.
You kind of do that over and over and over again. And if you think about technology, it's really the same.
Right.
You got a problem, you create a solution, you put that solution into the world. You're just building it with different tools. In film, you're building it with video or with stories. With technology, you're building it with engineering, with just different tools. So it really did translate well when I went, oh, now I'm going to take my focus and I'm going to change it from creating these like really riveting stories that can change people's lives to fantastic technology that can change people's lives.
Mm. Yes, that's wonderful. And that's why you see an app for every doggone thing under the sun.
I wish I could build, robots or rockets or something, but I build technology.
I mean, that's a cousin of it, so you're not too far from it. I look forward to one of your bots in the future. So okay, now Empower is rooted in financial inclusion for gig workers, women, and underserved communities. In your view, what does a truly equitable financial system look like, and what will it take to get there?
Ooh. Well, so a truly equitable financial system looks at the whole person,
Mhm.
not just credit score.
Mhm.
Um, we take out bias, we take out red lines, we take out the unconscious bias, right?
Mhm.
Um, which is all hard to do. And so the what should be happening is people should be able to get access to capital that they are able to repay.
Mhm.
Um, and so, and and now we know how to figure those things out, right? It's not perfect, but we've got a better idea, and we're using new tools in order to be able to say, yeah, you're right. This person will be able to pay it back, right? Um, an example, a really simple example, is if you went, 5 years ago to get a loan, they would primarily be looking at, a FICO score, which looks at, do you have a lot of debt? Are you paying off that debt? How much debt to your,
Income
repayments in your income?
ratio and stuff.
Right.
Mhm.
And so if you are renting and you don't have a mortgage, that automatically brings it down. Um, we know now you put that rent in there and your points for your FICO can go up 50 points, which is, like think about how life changing that could be if you
Mhm.
had a score of 700 and all of a sudden it makes it a 750, you can access almost any credit that you want, right?
Right.
So, so that's one example of how we're getting there. Now, with AI, we're going to get there so much faster because we can pull in so much more data to understand the person, and then also make it a little bit more predictive, right? So you can see, okay, earnings have gone up this much, month over month, year after year, and so you can start to make better decisions that are more predictive versus just stagnant historical based decisions.
Okay. So besides greater income, what else can you look at to make that decision as well? Or what else can you see to look at to make that decision?
So, okay, so I'm going to give everybody a great tip right now.
Okay. Get your
If
pens and papers out, everybody.
and this should be something that everyone is doing, although as a startup founder right now, I don't feel like I'm doing it as well. If you are saving every month,
Mm-hmm.
that's a lead indicator that you can repay your loan.
Mm.
So making some of these really good financial decisions, like saving every month, putting money into a 401k, put it on autopilot, right? That is one of the best ways of understanding if someone is going to be able to repay.
Mm.
But there's all these other indicators, right? Your consistency with utilities, your consistency with phone bills. There's a bunch of other things, but savings, and that's one of the best things you can do for yourself anyway. So do it because it's good. Do it because it also can help you with credit.
Okay. And you know what? And I've been starting to see more finance gurus talk about you're not really doing much with savings. Like savings is not good or it's just sitting there and things like that. So it's like it's really good to hear you say saving. I mean, you got to have some money put to the side, right?
You have to have your emergency funds, right? You do. Like there is still, in my opinion, right? Yeah, there are a bunch of people that have different opinions,
But
but
of course.
you should have these good behaviors happening. And now there's technology to have these good behaviors happening on autopilot, right?
Hmm.
Where it's coming directly out of your account. So you don't even have to think about it. But savings is one of them. Now, don't have such a huge savings account that you've just got cash, earning a
Sitting
very
there.
small. Um, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a chunk of savings for an emergency.
Right, right, exactly. Oh, I didn't get to have you say where you're from. Where are you from? Where you living at? Where'd
I
you grow up at?
Yeah, well, I'm from Seattle originally,
Okay.
and now I'm outside of Boston.
Oh wow, you went from one side to the other.
Hmm.
Is the weather shouldn't be that much different, huh?
Oh my goodness, yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
Growing up in Seattle, I had like maybe a rain jacket, and would go outside all the time when it was cold. Didn't matter. Get to the East Coast, and you learn what the term feels like. It's 20 degrees outside, but feels like 3. Uh,
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I
Um,
look I look like I wear a sleeping bag outside sometimes because I've got to put my coat over and it's.
oh yeah, you got to. Don't play with that cold. This is the cold that touches your bones if you let it. It ain't no joke. Well, that's cool. Welcome to the East Side. You know, how long have you been over here?
20 years.
20 years. Okay, so
Yeah.
you you plan on staying or?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is home now.
That's good. That's awesome. Family, kids, husband.
Oh, yep, I've got 2 little ones. Got the whole thing. Starting businesses with 2 little kids is nothing to yeah, it's not for the faint of heart.
Definitely.
But it is really great to show, especially my daughter, and she's older, she's 7 now. She's got lots of questions about like how can she start a company, and like I've got her on Lovable, creating her own apps, right? So that she's learning. And so like it's great to be able to show and to be an example of like, yes, you can do this. You can do it.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I'm glad my daughter is 7 as well, and I host a lot of different events, so she gets to see me be in that in charge role. So it's always funny when she's like, "My mommy's in charge." Like my mommy's in charge.
Yeah, right? That's good. It's what we should be showing.
Yeah, I take her even when I'm participating in other events where I'm just a participant. I still try to bring her. Like when I get honored for an award, I have her sitting right next to me. I want her to see and absorb and take all that in. Even though if it's not sticking now, then later on it'll stick. And I want her to always have that. So yeah,
Yeah, I have an Emmy Award, and I won it the year that we did it virtually because of COVID.
right.
So we were all dressed up on the couch, and my daughter is convinced that she won the award. And so in her playroom,
Did she have a speech ready?
she was so proud of herself. Um, and yeah, and now it's still in her playroom. So like when friends come over, she shows them her award, and yeah,
I'm cracking up. That is precious.
that's
That you got to just let them have it at that point. Like, just
yeah,
do you.
yeah. I just tell her she can't move it around because you know how little kids like to like build forts and then put their things in it. I'm like, no,
Mhm.
just this stays on the shelf.
Yeah, not that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so now if you can automate one everyday task in your life with AI right now, what are you delegating first?
Oh, and does it have to be work, or can it be
It
like,
could be anything. Top three. Give me your top three.
okay, if I had a robot,
Hmm.
I would have a laundry robot,
Okay. Oh yes, yes.
fold and put that away. I mean, I wish I knew how many hours that takes up. Um, so that would be one. Another top three, you know, oh, this might, if I think this is unique to us because our school's a little bit, our kids' school's a little bit far away. It would be like a Waymo to take our kids to and from school.
Oh wow.
uh, uh, that one, would be nice to have, but obviously won't happen.
Uh,
One other thing to automate in my day would be, gosh, I think I have a love hate relationship with emails.
with
I
email.
love
Okay.
email, right? So I think what I would want automated is I just can't seem to get spam out of my inbox, right? All the newsletters that keep popping up. So it would be an AI assistant that goes through my emails and tells me what I need to get out of the newsletters that I'm subscribed to
Hmm.
if I really need to read something.
I like that. Yeah. That I like that one too. I like that one.
Because I always feel like I'm missing out on a newsletter, and then it stays in my inbox, and then all of a sudden I've got 1,000, in my other folder, and
It's
then
insane.
important emails get stuck in there, and you're like, oh, sorry, I missed it.
Right. Accidentally deleting things and yes, I'm over it. And then it comes to your phone now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So over it. No, those are good. Those are good. So but we almost up, but I want to ask you this final question. Now, you scaled eight-figure tech ventures while advocating for ethical innovation. What does ethical tech mean to you in real world practice, and where do you think companies get it wrong?
So I think the main thing that can happen for ethical tech and for, especially when it comes to AI and developing new technology, right? It's
Hmm.
diversity in the engineering, diversity in the creation, diversity in the people that are creating it.
Mm,
Because when, especially we know this in AI, it becomes biased to who creates it, right?
mhm.
So as we move forward in creating new things, that diversity is incredibly important in to make sure that we're thinking about all the things we need to think about, right?
Right.
Not just the good stuff, but also what could be the collateral, um, effects of what might happen. And if you have people that are all like-minded in the room doing it, you're not going to have the really, really great innovation that could be possible.
Okay. I can dig it. I can dig it. Well, thank you for that. And now, right before you go, we're going to move over to our lightning round. Our lightning round. So, are you ready
I'm ready.
for the lightning round? Okay. It's going to be a this or that. You can't choose both, or that will be considered cheating.
Okay.
You understand the rules.
I got it.
Let's get to it. All right.
Great.
Okay, let's get to it. So, journalism or fintech?
Ooh, fintech.
Startup grind or corporate structure?
Or startup grind every day, all day.
Okay. AI or alternative data?
AI.
Okay. Building from scratch or scaling big?
Building from scratch.
Podcast mic or boardroom table?
Ooh, podcast.
Get worker hustle or CEO mindset?
CEO mindset.
Morning strategy session or late night brainstorming?
Morning.
Impact or income?
Impact.
Ethical tech or rapid innovation?
Ethical.
Okay. Make noise or move in silence?
So noisy.
Mm-hmm. All right. That was awesome. You did good.
That was fun.
I'm glad. I'm glad. So before we go ahead and tell everybody how they can get in contact with you and how they can find you.
Oh, best way, find me on LinkedIn. You can give me a DM. I'll get right back to you. So it's just Tamara Laine on LinkedIn. Same picture that you just saw up there on the video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you want to know more about Empower, you can go to our website, empowerai.com, which mpwrai.com. And yeah, this was fun.
Good. I'm glad. Well, you guys heard that. And in case you missed it, I will make sure all that is down in the description bar below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Boss Talk. I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend, and a wonderful life. Just know that if you want to be on the next episode, make sure you contact me using my information in the description bar below. We're also looking for sponsors, and you can contact us anytime, and I'll be the one to get back to you. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share if you care, and I will see you on the next episode of Boss Talk.
Inside the fire glow, watch your seeds begin to grow. Boss Talk, where your story flies underneath the city lights. Boss Talk, hear the voices rise. Every boss owns the sky.